basically what we've got here is we've got quite a lot of painters in the business. And when we first came up here, it was a serious mess, you know, guys were just dropping tins and leaving them, and we couldn't even get in a container at one point with the amount of tins. So we decided we had to find a solution to this, and Colin came up with quite a good idea here. We're making up a couple of these frames, getting my blacksmiths. This is running at a camber. So what we do here, we got a couple of IBCs in, as you can see. We set the paint, water-based, oil-based. We set them, we drain them, we take them away, and the empty tins we can put in the general waste skip. You can maybe think we put them in the metal, but because of the residue in the tin, we don't want to put them in the scrap skip. We'll put them in the general waste. And see what we have there is a couple of IBCs. We were quoted a price originally, something like £240 per pallet to dispose of this, which is pretty extreme, you know what I mean? So with Stuart's kind help, when these are full, and we have one just about 90%, we have one full in here. Stuart's going to, what are you going to do, Stuart? You're going to sort out and get it?
We will indeed. I mean, the benefit is this, the traditional way, as Eddie said, either you get paint tins on pallets and shrink wrap them.
Yeah.
Most of the tins are going to be less than half full, so you're really emptying a lot of just fresh air.
Yeah.
By putting them in here, what you're paying for is just literally is complete paint. It's not air, fresh air. By far, best way of doing it, and it's easy to handle as well because these things can be moved around.
Yeah.
They're safe. The paint's secure inside them. So it's another innovation.
Yeah. And if I've got to pay with a litre, we know exactly how many litres is here. You know what I mean? So it ticks all the boxes. Yeah. And I say we don't have any mess lying about, apart from a couple of IBCs, because before with so many tins lying around, it was becoming a nightmare. Well, obviously the old adage is oil and water don't mix, so this is the best way, I believe. Oil based in one. And you've obviously spoke to a couple of.
Yeah, it's easier because with it being waste, they need some demonstration of what's actually in the containers. So that sort of data sheet. And if you're oil based and water, it's just much easier, it's much more straightforward than if they're mixed together. You don't have to have any analysis done or anything like that.
Because obviously it's a hazardous waste. Well, up in Scotland it's called a special waste, so we need to treat it warily. You know what I mean?
This is one of the first times I've seen it, and particularly this frame, they've designed something that does a really good job and makes use of them. And again, these containers, when they're emptied from their original contents, they're often seen as a waste. And yet here, they're getting something that normally itself possibly would have been regarded as waste, being reused for some really useful purpose. So it's another double benefit that you're gaining one less thing going into the waste stream. It's been used to help another, so it's really good. And this is just what a simple but clever solution. The traditional way that we do it within the other pots is we use like a 205 litre drum with the paint tins in, and you're paying per drum. You'll get many times more in one of these. I mean, if you imagine there's only maybe a half a litre or a litre of paint left in a tin, and you're disposing of that tin, these hold 1,000 litres. That could be potentially 1,000 paint tins in one of these that would have been if it was dregs in the bottom of a can. So potentially there's got to be some really big savings doing it this way.